Okay. So, I just got back from a weekend of climbing with my friend Izzy. And Izzy, I can safely say, is the reason that I got into climbing in the first place. I was down in Costa Rica where I grew up, and he invited me to go tree climbing one day. The way that Izzy climbs trees is totally different than what you think. He climbs these crazy tall trees that are called strangler figs. Really weird to get into climbing through trees, but after doing some filming with him and climbing with him down in Costa Rica, I was coming back up here and he was like, oh yeah, you should definitely get into rock climbing. So me and my friend Jaden started getting into rock climbing, and since then, you know, I've found a love for rock climbing as well. So this weekend, Izzy and I went to the Gunks. He's up in New York doing some work, and I went over and met him in the Shawgunk Mountains, the Gunks. It's one of the most popular rock climbing spots like in the world. I mean, maybe not the world, the country at least. Hundreds of people walking back and forth with all their trad gear clinking around. Pretty different than the climbing that Izzy and I are used to.
God. Is that like a thing down there, tree climbing?
Look at that.
Yeah, we're making it a thing.
That's so cool. You got a rope. You're leading. Good. That's a thing.
So, I think one of the first differences is how much your gear weighs. Slings and a few beaners, you know, is all you need for climbing trees. You just need to wrap a sling around, attach a beaner or a quick draw to it. That's it, really light. Trad climbing, on the other hand, traditional climbing where you're placing expensive cams or big nuts into the cracks, it weighs so much, it's like 20 pounds.
Huge.
Dude, have you climbed trees as tall as this?
I've done nothing as tall as this.
Tree climbing can be challenging in ways that rock climbing isn't, and rock climbing can be challenging in ways that tree climbing isn't. Tree climbing, you never really have to work on like little precise fingertip strength that you do with rock climbing, whereas rock climbing, you know, having that finger strength to be able to hang on to with just these pads of your fingers is really important. You don't look bad at all.
What? My helmets are rated for a higher impact.
Rock climbing has become insanely popular at any popular crag where there's really popular routes. On a weekend, warm day especially, you're gonna see lots of people. We're not used to that. When we climb trees in Costa Rica, we are the only ones that are out there. I don't think this is gonna be an episode about like which one is better, obviously, but I think sometimes when you're really trying a hard route, that peace and quiet can be really nice. This past weekend there was like this couple that was having a fight like over their walkie-talkies. Izzy was trying to climb, you know, a moderately hard trad climb and like wasn't really able to focus because this couple was having like this argument right next to him. A third really big difference is aesthetics. For me, there's something that's really aesthetically pleasing about a tree that the only way to get up to the canopy and hang out in this really cool nook that all the branches create is to climb it. It makes you work for it. You can't just hike around to the top. Like, no, you have to adventure into the unknown and get up there under your own strength. So that's different than most rock climbing, but there is an exception. I'm really excited to go back out west. I haven't really done any true desert tower climbing yet. That the only way to actually get to the top is through climbing. So really similar to actually tree climbing in that way, you have to climb. This thing is forcing you to climb to get to the top, to get that view.
Hell yeah, that is so sick, dude. That's such a sick dish. God, yeah.
I enjoy both of them so much. When I'm here in the States, I climb rocks as much as I can. When I'm down in Costa Rica, I climb trees as much as I can. They're both really similar in the fact that you need commitment to, you know, make it to the top. They both humble you in ways you don't expect. Climbing is like, yeah, climbing is sick. 'Cause it just, I think I should maybe end the episode here before it starts getting too weird.